Good afternoon, dear students. Today we are going to discuss selection of clones, direct and indirect method of selection of clones. Now, what type of clones we are talking about? In the previous lectures, we have studied how a recombinant DNA is constructed. What is a recombinant DNA? It may be a vehicle. It is a vehicle DNA like a plasmid DNA or a phage having foreign DNA fragment to be cloned inserted inside the vector. So the vector carrying the foreign gene to be cloned is called as a recombinant vector. This recombinant vector is introduced into the cloning organism and the cloning organism is allowed to undergo transformation. Then we have to select the desirable clones. Clones are those bacteria, those organisms which contain recombinant vector inside them, which contain the recombinant DNA having foreign DNA inserted inside it. So how to select the clones? There are direct methods, there are indirect methods. Okay. Now selection of clones. What are clones? Clones contain recombinant DNA, that is vector DNA with foreign DNA inserted inside in them, and they can be selected by direct methods of visual screening or by indirect methods. Okay. Now let us discuss about the direct methods first. The first method is insertional inactivation of marker gene. This we have studied already in identification of transformed cell. It is a visual method. By looking at the colonies itself, you can notice whether the clones are desirable ones or not. Okay. So suppose insertional inactivation of marker gene is a method of selection of clones when the vector that you are using is having two marker genes like two antibiotic resistance gene. If the vector which is used for recombinant DNA technology experiment has two marker genes, for example PBR322 has two marker genes, tetracycline resistance gene and ampicillin resistance gene, then the foreign DNA can be placed within any one of these marker genes. Say for example, we are using PBR322 plasmid for cloning, and this plasmid has two marker genes, tetracycline and ampicillin resistance gene. And suppose the foreign DNA to be cloned like say insulin gene is placed inside the tetracycline resistance gene. That means the tetracycline resistance gene is disrupted, it is broken by restriction enzyme, and within this gene the foreign gene to be cloned is inserted. The other marker gene, that is ampicillin resistance gene, is intact. It helps you in elimination of non-transformed cells. Okay. Now, the transformed clones are replica plated on tetracycline containing medium. First, what we do, we take the vector, cleave it with a restriction enzyme such that the tetracycline gene is broken, and within the tetracycline gene we insert the foreign gene to be cloned. These vectors are then introduced into E. coli cells which are given calcium chloride treatment. When E. coli cells are given calcium chloride treatment, they become permeable and they accept the vector DNA. Now, these cells are then plated first on ampicillin containing medium. Okay, so those cells which contain the vector will grow on ampicillin containing medium. Now, the colonies that are produced on ampicillin containing medium are replica plated on tetracycline containing medium. The clones that contain the recombinant vector will be sensitive to tetracycline due to inactivation of the tetracycline gene by insertion of foreign DNA, but they are resistant to ampicillin. So the colonies that are produced on ampicillin containing medium but are absent on tetracycline containing medium are the colonies of those clones which are desirable, which contain the foreign gene to be cloned. Okay. So then these cells are selected. Right. So this is the diagram. Foreign gene, we have a plasmid vector PBR322 having ampicillin and tetracycline resistance gene. The foreign gene fragmented with restriction enzyme is inserted into tetracycline gene. The tetracycline gene is disrupted. Then this recombinant vector is allowed to undergo transform E. coli cells, and then we plate on ampicillin containing medium. Okay. So the colonies that are present on ampicillin but are containing medium, this is master plate with ampicillin. We can see so many colonies, replica plate them on tetracycline containing medium and see which colonies are absent. The colonies absent in tetracycline containing medium but present in ampicillin containing medium are those which are formed by desired clones having recombinant vector. So they are selected. This is insertional inactivation of marker gene. The next method is blue-white selection theory or insertional inactivation of LAGZ gene. Okay, we have studied lacoperon and we know that LAGZ gene is responsible for the production of beta-galactosidase enzyme. Now, why do we call it blue-white selection theories? Because blue colonies are produced by cells having vector without insert, okay, without any foreign DNA, so they are not desirable. White colonies are produced by those cells which contain recombinant DNA having foreign DNA inserted inside them, so they are desirable. So white colonies are desirable, blue colonies are not desirable. For example, like we are using PUC18 plasmid or such PUC plasmids which contain ampicillin resistance gene and LAGZ gene. Okay, so LAGZ marker gene is present and antibiotic resistance marker like ampicillin resistance gene is present. Now your foreign gene here is inserted inside the LAGZ gene. When it is inserted inside LAGZ gene, the gene is disrupted and hence beta-galactosidase enzyme will not be produced. Okay. Now here for cloning we select E. coli cells which are mutant, which are deficient in beta-galactosidase. Okay, so the cells which contain the recombinant DNA will not produce beta-galactosidase enzyme, and the cells which contain non-recombinant like normal vector without insert will produce beta-galactosidase enzyme. So this is how we select. Okay, so LAGZ, the desired foreign gene is inserted within the LAGZ gene of the vector, which will inactivate the LAGZ gene. Its function is disrupted, and then the recombinant vector is introduced into LAGZ mutant of E. coli. That means which is deficient in LAGZ cell, LAGZ gene. LAGZ minus E. coli cells are selected. Now, whenever we select such E. coli cells like LAGZ minus cells, then and you insert the foreign gene inside the inside the lactose, so LAGZ gene, so the function of LAGZ is disrupted. Therefore, E. coli cells containing the recombinant vector are deficient in beta-galactosidase enzyme. How to identify them? They are grown on a medium which contain ampicillin and X-gal. Okay, what is the use of ampicillin? Ampicillin will help you in eliminating non-transformed cells. Okay, now those E. coli cells which contain the recombinant vector will have deficient beta-galactosidase enzyme, and hence they will produce colorless colonies, white colored colonies on the medium which contain X-gal. X-gal is a dye. Okay, 5-bromo, 4-chloro, 3-indolyl, beta-D galactopyranoside. So it's a dye. Alright. If on the other hand, those E. coli cells which contain unchanged vector which is not a recombinant vector, which is having LAGZ gene intact, okay, will produce beta-galactosidase enzyme. It will bring about the oxidation of the X-gal dye and produce blue colored colonies. Okay, the blue colored product is 5,5' dibromo 4,4-dichloro indigo is produced. Why? When LAGZ gene is intact, beta-galactosidase enzyme is produced and the enzyme oxidizes the X-gal. So white colonies are produced by desirable clones, blue colonies are produced by undesirable clones. Okay, so if you have disrupted the LAGZ gene and inserted the foreign gene inside it, it will produce white colored colonies on medium which contains X-gal. Okay, so you can see here, this is the PUC plasmid vector. Foreign gene is inserted by breaking the LAGZ gene, which is shown in pink color. Okay, the foreign gene is inserted inside it. In the first foreign gene is not present, and in the second one foreign gene is present, green one. Okay, and when you plate it, either you will be able to see blue colored colonies or white colored colonies. White colored colonies are produced by cells which are desirable. Blue colored colonies are produced by cells which are undesirable. Okay. So this is how blue-white selection theory helps you in identifying the cells which are without any foreign DNA. Okay. So this is how blue-white selection theory helps you. So these are the insertional inactivation of marker gene method, where in one case we have studied LAGZ gene is disrupted, and in another case we have studied that the tetracycline gene is disrupted, and this is how we identify the clones by looking at the colonies. So that is all about insertional inactivation of marker genes.